Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the Evil Within. We're doing this DLC. We're finding out some backstory that apparently Kidman's family was the people uh, that was running this creepy church area, but this whole creepy church area doesn't make any sense to actually exist. So I kind of can't believe that anything I'm seeing or hearing is true. We got our gun back after fighting Joseph, uh, but we still can't equip it or use any bullets. I suspect.
Leslie, stop!
The statue disappeared.
At night, I would stare up at the statue lit up in the center of town. It looked like it was crying for all the wasted life in that place.
Oh man. How am I supposed to do this? Had to wait till the box disappeared. Those puzzles, by the way, not completely unfamiliar to me. That's why I could solve them pretty quickly. Wow. And see, we just walked through this section of the game and it was nothing. And now it seems like there's a boss fight here. And see, this seems like it's a light puzzle, but I'm gonna have to potentially go get another light to open this door. And it's dark and it's spooky, but I'm not certain that there's actually any enemies here. Again, it's like the game is doubling down on a joke.
A piece of my past. STEM must be creating this.
The TV and stuff. You know, having seen other people play Resident Evil 7, I haven't played it myself. And comparing it to the mess of the story that this is, you definitely can feel a level of potential failure that the Resident Evil 7 series could have been. And it's cruel to attribute everything. What is this? Item acquired. You've unlocked a new model. You can view it from the model viewer. So we saw one of these snails before, but I didn't know you could focus your light on it, so I missed that. And that seems like a out of place sexual thing. Like it really seems out of place. While the walking lantern creature does have like fishnet stockings on. Like the sound effects were too much. The true reveal here would be if we could play this game as Leslie. Like, that's what we would want more than anything else. is, can we see what Leslie saw in the STEM system? Because he allegedly can walk through this unscathed. So the entire puzzle was nothing but just walking around, having a cinematic experience. And then this section we didn't see in the main game, so it could be just a narrow hallway, or it could be an entire stealth area or something else. Like, I don't hear anything.
In life, we constantly search for a place we feel safe. A home we can always come back to. We imagine that place in our minds and are drawn to it. You had a home, but now that place is here with us.
So I kind of wonder if Mobius was running this church for hundreds of years, and they had some kind of non-STEM brain control, society control system that they were working on, just probably through hypnotism and such. And she left the fold of Mobius as a lifelong Mobius member, or a born into it Mobius member, and then they re-recruited her and brought her back.
Reuben has no idea what he's done. It's not surprising that he doesn't care either. He was never motivated by fear of Mobius. The STEM prototype works, but only when connected to Reuben. I've checked the details, and he customized the whole system to only operate with his own brainwave pattern. I left him alone with the device for far too long. Trusted him too much, and despite all my knowledge in the field, it's past the point of fixing. I can't just flip a switch. And that's not the worst of it. They know as well. I'm not going to take the blame for this. I will drag him here and make him fix it. I can't imagine what they will do to him if he doesn't.
So Reuben didn't fix it. Instead, they just put his brain in the machine. And having already seen the end of the main game, we see how well that worked. So I wonder if more and more this is that her father? Very well. If this is gonna just turn out that this is what her apartment looks like, with a red couch and a cat and a bookshelf, and we'll just see more and more elements of her mind. I don't have a axe. I used them all up in the boss fight. Thinking about it, I think it would have been impossible to not use them all up in the boss fight, come to think of it. So
They're drawn to it.
that's a direct reference to the first major scene in Resident Evil 4.
Could be Leslie. I've got to get to him before those things do.
So what do I want to do? I can't pick up that bottle. Interesting. Maybe I already have a bottle. Yeah, I do. From a long time ago. And see, they're banging on the gate. And so now I know what happens when you fall down any of those things. Like, it doesn't even feel like it's your fault when you die. Because they're pretty random. And it's really just no, like, survival or anything. There's no difficulty here, it seems, at all. They're coming, they're coming. And we'll just run.
Leslie, it's all right. It's safe now. You can let me in.
Safe? It's safe now?
Really? Zombies are running right behind me? And he unlocks it and lets you in, and all these zombies just disappeared.
That was close.
He's here.
Finally found you. You're not hurt, are you?
I guess maybe the reason why she didn't kill him quicker is because throughout the entire game, she didn't actually have any bullets.
All right, come on.
But
Stay close to me. I'll protect you.
also, her job is not to kill him directly. She apparently had no orders to even kill him in a worst case scenario. She said that the other characters were expendable, not Leslie. Leslie's the target. So later on in the game, when she tries to kill Leslie, poor barefoot Leslie, although even his barefoot steps are making a lot of sound. And you can see Ruvik replacing Leslie. So maybe it was at this point that Ruvik did replace Leslie. I suppose that's a possibility. You just have to play the role. Play the role of a slightly crazy person. Well, more than slightly crazy person. Slightly catatonic.
We're almost there. Just a little further.
And if we were to fight the big dog monster, that wouldn't work. It would explain why the dog monster was in a cage. But if we were to fight the giant twins, that wouldn't really work either. I have acquired, you've unlocked a new music track. Man, I really hate that they've started locking art and music tracks in this. Like, a 5 came a plague killing the livestock. and with it, they took most of their lives. At 7, Mother turned to the church. The symbol was etched in her mind. At 14, leaving only a note, I wrote that I'd gone to heaven. And see, there's this like uncollectible statue of the thing. So we need to find 5. 7 and 14.
Shit. Leslie, you've got to hide. Don't come out until I call you.
And so it's a very open area to hide. Too many of these boss sections. Like, and you have to be pretty on the ball with these. And this is too long. Winged angel.
I guess you could say I started young. I would sneak into the graveyard, steal the statues, and hide them. I wanted people to think they were cursed. But every morning they were back in their right place.
So each of these pathways were open when Sebastian came through.
I had enough. When I knew I could survive on my own, I left and told myself I would never come back.
So I don't think there's any reason why I would want to put them in the wrong place. So I have to just kind of, is it this one? I'm hoping. I'm just hoping I'm doing this right off the first reading it the first time.
Come on, the church is right ahead. It should be a little safer in there.
So more of a like just spooky environment.
Damn it!
So Leslie went that way. And
Over here.
I'm kind of hoping that these guys are just really stupid. Let's see. I do have an axe. Let's see. Will the axe work on this guy? Nope. And he can't figure out how to crawl through that hole, apparently. Let's get out of here, Leslie. Like, way too easy. Way too easy, and I'm totally getting rewarded for not playing the game. Like, a good player would have tried to fight that guy. Would have tried to find a way to kill it, get some bonus experience, and like feel like there's some action that happened and that you were being rewarded for taking that action. But I've just come to learn about this game that it is so not about the gameplay, and instead is super focused on telling what is literally an insane story that there's nothing much here I can even appreciate. Because I don't really like the story. I don't like the gameplay. Nothing about the sound effects. Some of those things I don't like. I don't really like the characters that much. They don't get enough characterization. And there's too many of them, and it's hard to remember their names.
Stay with me. There's no other way. Ruvik, what do you want with me?
You. I'm just making sure you're doing your job. Just like me, I doubt they want damaged goods.
Back up! He's coming with me.
Oh, I hope so. I needn't remind you the consequences for failure. Your people aren't the only ones counting on this boy. You need him to get out.
As do I. We're all their pawns, eventual victims. They killed me. They ripped me apart and took what they needed. I will destroy what they wish to control.
Ruvik? Stop it! Let him go!
He is my vessel. I am in control.
I sense a conflict of interest. Just what was your mission exactly? Do you think their all prying eyes can't see in here? They've been watching you, kid.
What are you doing, kid? You are to bring the boy back to us.
No! I can't! If I bring Leslie out, Ruvik comes with him. We don't know what he's capable of. I can't let that happen.
Seems like that's exactly what they might want to happen. It might have been the plan all along.
You swore allegiance, but you are not in a position to make decisions like this. This is not acceptable behavior. You will bring us back that boy.
The idea of introducing a new bad guy is pretty good.
You can't escape. Like everyone else that crosses us, we will hunt you down.
And he's really tall. Father figure type thing.
You have a job to do.
And see, we again are running towards the screen. These sections are just always bad ideas in any game.
Enough games. Stop running.
No! Stop! Get away from me!
I guess I should move the camera. I mean, you can see in the shadows things grasping at you. So for all we know, this is Ruvik screwing with her. Like, I gotta dodge these now.
Come back, kid. You will bring us back that boy.
The evil within the assignment. Really, that's the end of it? Or was that the end of the first part of the DLC you got?
All of you in one place will provide us with opportunities.
I can't trust you. Not like this.
No, she's coming with us. She's my responsibility.
Look, Seb, we need to talk. You're getting out of control.
Finally, with this machine, I can go back.
We can continue the experiments.
There are some things here that are to remain in the dark.
Beacon. I just hope I can get there before he does.
A little hasty with that gun, kid. What is it you plan on doing?
What I have to do.
So now we're into the DLC, The Consequence. And so New Game Plus can now be selected in the main menu. Clear bonus. You can now choose the Kuriyami mode when selecting a new game. We played that on survival in slightly less than 3 hours. We died 12 times. Let's go ahead and save. And we have to go back and figure out now on, where are we? We're on the title menu. So, no, we're not on the title menu. And we just unlocked a model viewer. And of all the models we could have gotten, we only collected one. So, super cliffhanger DLC that if somebody bought just one of the pieces of the DLC elements, they would feel really, really shortchanged. So, if I choose New Game Plus, a chapter will always be started from the beginning, even at all data. Like, the only reason it seems that you'd want to play New Game Plus is to find all the character models and the music. Maybe also you would have the note, which I suppose we could deal with that. But that's kind of it. If I was to start a new game, let's just go ahead and do this. Like, can I select a Kuriyama mode? Let's see. So survival, standard difficulty experience, Julie Kidman's journey inside STEM, or Kuriyama mode, which seems even crazier, STEM in complete darkness. All you have is a flashlight to guide your way through. And that seems not only dumb, but sounds like it would be miserable. If it is complete darkness and no textures are loading at all, except for what you put your light on, that's crazy. And does that mean you don't get axes and you don't get bottles? I guess we have to go back to the main menu to think about starting the next bit of downloadable consequence. Downloadable content. So let's look at this. The assignment, the consequence. The assignment says Detective Julie Kidman finds herself within the darkness of STEM, confronting Ruvik and her own personal demons while pursuing her mission. We didn't run into many of our own personal demons. Julia Kidman's story continues on her mission and rebelliousness, dragging her deeper into the nightmares of Ruvik's world. Honestly, if you're trying to phrase her as being rebellious, making her a 27-year-old police rookie is not the character you needed. If you were going to do something like that, she needed to have been something like an 18-year-old, rebellious teenage girl thing. And that would have worked if the entire DLC, the Julia Kidman we knew from the story, just magically got transformed into a 18-year-old version of herself, or 16-year-old, just something young, something in a punk phase. If you put this in the 20s, that would have made her like in the 90s, I suppose, when she would have been 17. So 90s style clothing, 90s style music, that would have been really an interesting twist on it. But I don't feel that rebelliousness here. I feel like she's just kind of determined to do what she thinks is right, and she's not just randomly and flippantly disobeying orders. And then the executioner, as the keeper, infiltrate the Victorio estate and rescue your missing daughter. So apparently the executioner, as far as DLC, is not going to be part of it. This has been pretty consistent. Hopefully they've decided to stop doing things like this where you have to get a season pass, and the first part of DLC that comes on the season pass is just part 1 of some longer story, and then the second part is part 2. I don't see a real reason in game development for it to need to be that way. I also kind of don't see why this wouldn't be just a standalone game that you would put out, or just something you would integrate into the main game. The main game is so chopped up, and the story is so crazy. Putting her perspective on things would have been fine, even in a New Game Plus experience. But if you were going to do something like that, I would have recommended the main game be a lot shorter. It's also very weird that the model viewer for the main game is not the model viewer for the DLC, and it's kind of pathetic the amount of loading that is necessary. Frankly, as far as some DLC, I would prefer to know the backstory of the nurse. She played a bigger role than Kidman did in the main story. Too many characters, though. Just too many characters. Load from one menu to another menu. Have to reload the profile data. I really do wish I liked the main game more. Like, to go back and play New Game Plus and try it with the machine gun and try and get all the collectibles. We did open kind of a Pandora's box now. Are there soundtracks that could have been collected in the main game that I totally missed everything on? I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. Well, anyways, next time we'll start the consequence as we load from one menu to the other menu. And see, this is a pretty modern game. It's not that old. You would have hoped that a patch could have made it run a little bit better, and it certainly did. It ran pretty bad when it first was released, but after 6 months to a year, no more patches were put out for it. I'm sure if there was some fandom, major fandom like there is for RE4, some unofficial patch might get made to make it run smoother, get rid of some of the loading, but yeah, I didn't like that DLC, and I still have to go through the other half of it. Maybe in the consequences now we will start having guns throughout the whole experience, and that would be appreciated. It wasn't super long though. We probably spent more time in the main game without bullets than we did in this, but it adds up. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, There's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.